Today we are going to exploit our country's national debt and turn it into millions of gold per turn while using all of the worst cultures in the game. So allow me to speed run through 15 hours of gameplay so we can get right to the good stuff. I started off by using the Assyrians for reasons that don't matter because the ancient era is about as short as, never mind, YouTube won't let me make that joke. Then chose the Goths because it's not just a phase and I just wanted to be as cool as my idol PD boy Paka. The tactical disadvantage of the Goths is that they aren't the Huns, so they take all the damage all the time. After that we chose the Clementines, which have the bonus of 5% gold per alliance. Well, that's very bold of them to assume I have any alliances. Also, they have a great value version of the French outfit. Unfortunately, their unit is shockingly good even against more uppity civilians. Moving on, we then chose the Spanish. That upgrade is F tier, that's F tier, and yeah, you can keep them too. But hey, I like what he did using airbags for sleeves, walrus tier for creativity. For the next era, we chose the English because unfortunately, the AI stole our top pick. Although I do believe it's a crime to use redcoats in the United... One highlight of this era was the part where all the AIs won the game and Spiff and I didn't even make it onto the podium. Also, even the game was so disgusted by our culture picks that they stopped showing them midway. But I know how to take down the Brazilians. I just need a little money and faith. First off, let's get into the contemporary era and choose the Americans because they made us the worst civilization in the game. I'll show them what for. Next, we need enough oil, uranium, and aluminum to begin building planes and more importantly, nukes to pull off our exploit. To do this, we'll speed run through some research and begin using the redcoats in the year 17,420 to invade those who try to be anything other than the great country of America. Surely that's the first time the redcoats have ever had to do anything like that. After 200 years of shooty shooty bang bang, we won both wars and began mining all the resources we needed to make our nukes. However, after mining everything on our lands, we were one aluminum shy of being able to produce the nukes needed to pull off our exploit. So I slapped on my freedom cap and went to war with Orange because presumably with all these planes they must have some aluminum in there. The issue being they had fully upgraded infantry that were just as good as the redcoats, but using the red, white, and blue oil we had in our tanks, we were able to shoot enough freedom at our enemies to liberate their land and make it ours. Now that we had Los Angeles, we had a forward base to advance towards their aluminum, but now we also have a prime target if the aliens ever come. After doing some more thinking, I saw my good friend the Spiffing Brit had the aluminum we needed for our exploit, and I already possessed the territory a couple of spots away from his, so I sadly steamrolled Dark Pink so I could get the Spiff and take the majority of his land in the name of the Freedom Eagle. Although much for my heart to handle, we could now initiate the infinite gold exploit. I upgraded our planes so we had 8 lightning jets ready with 1 million more on the way. Then I began production on basic nukes and continued making nukes in any city that had free production space to do so. You're probably thinking, how could nukes possibly make us infinite gold? Well, that's simple. They're going to put us into crippling debt through the click of a button. And 51,000 is just the tip of the dead iceberg, because now we are going to produce even more nukes and put them in even more silos. But wait, there's more. Would you look at that? We've successfully doubled our debt to be minus 130,000 per turn. But if you think that it stops there, you'd be wrong. Boom, 200k, boom, 400k, boom, 600k, boom, 2 million in debt, losing 1 million per turn. But if you think that it stops there, you don't understand American financials. Bada bang, negative 2 million per turn and negative 2 million in the bank. And yes, the minimum floor in the game is 2 million gold. You cannot stoop any lower than that because the game will prevent it. Let's just stop this for a second to become best buddies with our main man Spiff here. We will form an alliance and we will give him access to everything, including the religion of the Waste Warriors. But this is the point where I pull a sneaky on you because it's been 2 turns of losing 2 million per turn at the 2 million floor. And with the press of a button and an unusually long loading time, we are now making 2 million gold per turn through wizardry. What an economic turnaround for the great country of America, Jim. By going far enough into debt, the Federal Reserve eventually goes, you know what, man? Don't worry about it. And with 2 more presses of the next turn button, we now have 2 million in the bank and 2 million coming in per turn, with 1.7 million coming in specifically from army upkeep. This is the temperate war. You see, by making nukes, we created new upkeep costs with each one. However, when you add more than 1 nuke to a silo, the upkeep cost doesn't add, it multiplies, creating an abnormally high upkeep per turn for every silo. This is the rule of nuclear Gandhi. I was going to bore you with all the math, but to be honest, not even I fully understand it. Math is happening here, but it's beyond geometry, beyond calculus, beyond Jumanji, and could possibly be a math only understood by higher forms of beings from other galaxies. All I can tell you is that it turned our nation's debt crisis into a surplus. And I said the rule of nuclear Gandhi because in the civilization games, when you would add democracy to Gandhi, it would turn him into a maximum aggro tyrannical leader that wanted to nuke every player on the map. Not too different from how we normally play the game. Getting back to our wealth, now it's time to use our riches and our alliance with Spiff to rid this world of Brazilians. Starting off, we upgraded some cities to max, then we bought some more nukes in Los Angeles. Then I bought more silos and put even more nukes here. After spending 2 million, we needed another cash infusion, so I lapped another turn. And would you look at that, it's the Raid Shadow Legends money coming in right now. With 1.5 million, let's make some more additions to the Empire. Like, let's add 12 lightning jets to this small island here off the coast of Brazil. Then let's buy a few silos and a few more nukes to fill out each silo for a synchronized strike. We'll put a few more nukes over here, a few over there, lap this again, and we'll turn this whole island into one giant missile silo. Oh right, I forgot we needed to shove people into the nukes to make them. I will not financially recover from this. And our invasion isn't complete without an intimidating army, so how about thousands of worker units to storm their shores? And you know what? Let's fill up these oceans with warships as well. I'm really glad we decided to change up the fireworks this 4th of July. I do apologize to my good friend Spiff. It looks like I've ended quite a few of your trade routes here. But on the bright side, I saved you from having to drink that horrendous coffee, and I have plenty of tea for you to drink instead. Also, don't worry, the worker army is coming soon to rebuild a better Brazil. We'll call it America 2.
It is a pleasure.
And I love you, random citizen. Although the video was going to stop there because we broke the game, while I was watching TV, I received breaking news that a new patch came out that fixed many game-breaking bugs. And to my surprise, after going back a couple turns, they actually let me play the game again. More important than all the additional cities we destroyed with nukes, I wanted to siege a city with our worker army. After our horde was rudely interrupted by these fake Americans, we were able to march our army of 8,000 hard hats up to this city, and it was beautiful. I've never seen so many fluorescent vests in one condensed area before. We even brought a news reporter with us to capture history here today. As for the fighting, I mean, yeah, a lot of them died. What'd you expect? These people build houses for a living and are weaker than the generic 2K character creations that protect these cities. Also, these are the only melee troops from the contemporary era, so we take 30 damage every time we smack them with our lunchboxes. However, after many losses, our onslaught of construction workers took the city, proving that war crimes are not exclusive to only tanks, but even your average working man is capable of accomplishing his dreams of taking land from the Brazilians for simply existing. Whoops, we accidentally nuked Los Angeles while trying to hit a danger close outpost. Press is going to have a field day with this one. Also, yeah, after about 10 more nukes, we got this achievement and broke the game again, but the new update did buy us 20 more turns. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other nuclear endeavors, and as always, thanks for watching.